All right, so question number one, what will my project look like? So the way we answer that is we want to show them floor plans and high resolution photos of your completed projects. So one thing is very, very important when we get into imagery, it needs to be high resolution. And by the way, you want to pick up you can't really see my phone because of my filter, but your Apple iPhone will take a nice high resolution picture. However, the lighting will not be right. The angle may not be right. So when you do high resolution photos, do them right, do them with a professional. Hire somebody that understands lighting and will photograph your projects at the right time of day from the right angle with the right resolution. Okay, so there's a lot more that goes into it than just having a really great camera that takes high resolution photos. So let's assume first and foremost, we're going to be talking about professional photos and video. All right, so let me jump in and share my screen and show some examples of what this can look like. So remember, we are going to show them floor plans and we will show them high resolution photos. So this is an example of some different floor plans from one of our builder partners. So we call this an index page with all their floor plans. So if I click through and open up on this floor plan, now we will see we have a specific overview of this floor plan. We have the specifics up here. These are our call to actions. We'll talk more about those next week. But here's our floor plan to start with. So we have some nice images. I like color coding floor plans too. I think that's a nice way to help people understand what each room is for. So there's these guys I think use 4 different colors for their floor plans based on entertaining, storage. Like there's a couple more. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we see our different floor plans here, and then we move right below here. Now this home was already built, so they added, again, professional photographs, high resolution, so you can see that. Now, one other page to show you. Okay, so if you're a remodeler, what does that look like?
That looks great. So that's very helpful if you are the customer.
Absolutely, and the most important thing is it creates an emotional connection. So here's a remodeler where we're talking about, say, kitchens and main levels. Again, I can click through and look at this specific kitchen. I've got a little description here, and now I can get into different images. Again, professional images, well lit, the right angle, and high resolution. So these are what really create that emotional connection. And this will keep someone on your site longer. And next time we'll talk about that is that when you want to capture leads, it's all about keep them on your website for as long as possible. So any thoughts, Diana, on that, on attracting?
Well, I'm definitely attracted by those pictures.
So the
So,
type of home or kitchen you like to live in?
yes, absolutely. And I'm a visual person, so if you convince me with picture and the reality looks like in the picture, so then I will be more than happy.
You reminded me of when I was doing a lot of teaching and coaching. I learned that we as humans, we learn 3 different ways. We learn by listening, we learn by seeing, and we learn by doing. So the doing is called kinesthetic learning. Well, only 10% of the population learns by listening. The other 90% learn by either doing or seeing. And so when we look at the aspect here of educating people, which is essentially what we're doing, we're answering their questions, so we're giving them knowledge. The way you want to do it is through visuals. Again, you cannot tell people, because number one, people don't read it, they don't have the attention span, so they don't learn that way. They learn by seeing. And the most important thing about it is it creates that emotional impact where now I love this particular design or this kitchen or whatever it is. And so now I want to go further and I look more, and then all of a sudden I see a call to action, and then I can opt into that call to action, and then I can start my follow-up process. So we're going to walk through those here as we continue to go forward. So the next question, again, second question that all leads had is how much will it cost? So the answer is we want to show, again, show visual examples of home packages and offer a tool to set a budget. So
So,
visual examples of home packages.
so you don't send them a picture with the amount of money, right? To see that.
Well, we don't do that, but we do give them, the reason we show examples of home packages is so we can show them our breadth of offering.
Right.
So in other words, let's just say your starting price is, in this case, we'll look at the example, will be $800,000. You don't build homes for less than $800,000. So you want to make sure you show them something that at $800,000. Now, if their budget is $600,000, it doesn't do you or them any good to become a lead. It's not going to be a fit. So home packages not only show examples of visual elements to them, but it also gives them an idea of this is approximately what this costs. So it tells the lead this is the price points you build in, and if it matches their price point, then they're comfortable and they move to the next step. And then as far as offering a tool to set a budget, we'll walk through that. That is all about letting people, again, go through that action of doing. So where they can actually pick a project, they can start going through the process of pricing that out. We call it our scoping tool. So let's take a closer look at those two from a visual perspective.
Let's see the money.
Let's see the money. Yeah. All right, we'll start with available homes here. So this is a page, again, showing, what is there, 6 different homes on here. So you see this is more of an entry-level home. This is the $800,000 home. And now I'm just going right up the page. So here's 1.5 million, 1.5 million, 1.85, 2.1 million. So I'm showing a breadth of offering here of 800 to about 2.1 million. Now that tells the lead, essentially, hey, if you are within that price point, we do have homes that will fit. Okay. Now, if my budget is, again, 700,000 and it's absolutely top end, I'm probably going to opt out. And I don't want to put this person into my client acquisition funnel because it just more or less plugs it up. I don't need to have them in there. Now, another tool to use is what we call our scoping tool. I'm going to show you an example of that. This is for a remodeler. We can do these with home building as well. But this is a tool where we're going to use kinesthetic learning. So learn by doing. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to interact, I'm going to say, what do I want to remodel? Well, I want to remodel my kitchen as an example here. And so you can put an example of here of what that looks like. And then I can put images in here and I can look at different kitchens that I'm producing. And I let the lead get an idea of, oh, this is a beautiful kitchen. All right. And I can go ahead and I can put notes in here and I can walk through this process. So I'm learning by doing. But again, what am I promising to offer them? I'm promising to offer them an answer to their question of how much it will cost. What do you think so far, Diana?
So far, I like the product, I like the price. And now let's see what's next.